All right. How's everyone doing? Let me just get some music up and we're good to go. It's been a first stream in a long time. And people hopping in. Good to see. That's gonna be hella loud, isn't it? How loud is that for you guys? Oh, you guys can't even hear it. What a treat you guys have. You can't even hear the music. There you go. Oh, that's hella quiet for you guys. I'm gonna turn that up. There we go. Go check chat all the time, dude. All the time. Well, I'm gonna work on a dungeon. We're gonna give UFP a break. Because I can't really work on it without the new SDK anyway. Alright, I think it's time we announce this in the Blade and Sorcery server as well. I haven't even announced the stream. And we already have all these people hopping in. That's crazy. Oh yeah, guys. I appreciate that. Give me a minute to announce the stream.
Hello.
Hey. Thanks for the follow on Twitch, man. And I don't even stream on Twitch right now. You see Blade and Sorcery join. If someone makes more, no, probably not. It'll be like, it might be on Oculus, but it'll most likely just be on PC. Alright. Let's post that in there. We should have everyone hopping into the stream now. Should be all set up. Nice. What's my Twitch? Bro, you spell my name different every time. My Twitch is something. I forgot. Alright, boys. So, gonna make a new scene. And how do we do that exactly? I forgot. We're going to assets. I'm just gonna kind of make a new folder, I suppose. Called Dungeons. SDK's not out yet? No. No, the SDK's not out yet. Well, I think a lot of people are going to be working on dungeons when we get the chance to. Some people are just like not waiting this long. Yeah, I'm hoping this can be big, and so we're going to be using mostly, I don't think I want to be buying my, I don't want to be making my own assets a lot for this. Maybe some of them, but not all of them. So we're probably going to be using, based off UFP, probably not. My first dungeon might not even be UFP based, I don't think. I want to learn the dungeons before I put them into UFP. Let's do dungeon 1. Alright. Dream dead? Dream seems fine to me. Did the stream die, boys? No, it's okay. Folks, I don't know what you're seeing, man. This music's awful. There we go. It said it ended. That's weird. Alright, so to start off with a baseline for the dungeon, what I actually want to do, I'm trying to think. So I want like an opening room, right? Did the SDK get updated? No. SDK is not updated. I don't think it will be updated for a good few more days. So we have, I think it's Crypt Dungeon here. We have some prefabbed rooms and stuff, but they're all a bit janky. I'll probably just do dungeon. Yeah, modular dungeon catacombs, that's it. So, go ahead inside of here. We do have a bunch of prefabs we can work from to start off the kind of base area, right? Yeah, I have some basic ideas of how I want to do this. So, I want to build a terrain first as a starting point. So as the opening room, how am I going to do this? I think we're going to do a 3D object and we're going to do a terrain. Kind of styles? Probably mostly like some form of underground crypt kind of thing. I feel like that's what I want to start with. I think that's going to be really fun. So we'll start with that and see where it goes. Now, I don't know how big this is. I'm going to have to grab a human and see how big this is, because this might be far, far too big for me to work with. Let's see. Let's grab a human. Can I make a second project thing? Can I make a second project thing? I'm not sure how I do this. There is a way to do it, right? Oh, add tab. Project. Perfect. So in here I can search human. I should have a human scale thing. If I go to this guy. Oh yeah, he's minuscule. We do not want it to be that big. Oh god, yeah. Okay. So inside the inspector we can fuck around with that. Okay. So how do we reduce the size of this? I completely forget. Do I remember how to make, like, mess with the size of this? Ah, terrain width. Here we go. So if I put this like 100 by 100. Why the hell is it? Is this guy not on 0? Okay, this guy's not on 0, 0, 0, that's why. Let's zero that out. Is that like more acceptable? Yeah, that's more acceptable size for a starting room, right? Bear in mind this is going to be an outdoor starting room. So, put that as an example of like, you know, we zoom out. Yeah, I can work with this. So, we're going to start by kind of blocking off most of the area. Pretty big project? Yeah, I know it is. Don't worry, I'm fully aware of how big this can be. So cliff modular cliffs, that's what we want to look at. We got some big modular cliffs. Oh, they're untextured, that's annoying. Oh, because it's in winter tundra, that's not what we want. We have some good cliffs, I just gotta figure out... where... let's go with prefab. I'm doing good, man. Not seen me in a while. I mean, I've been I've been doing YouTube every day. Okay, so we're looking at these modular cliffs. That's what we're looking at. So cliff module, medium, small, big. There we go. Is that really the cliff I want though? Probably not. Oh god, okay. Do you know what? I'm probably better off going into the catacombs thing. Okay, going to prefabs. Would be static scenes, static particles, merged, helpers, ground details, decals. Would be static, right? I did not mean to go into this. Okay. I'm basically building out a dungeon, yeah. I'm going to be setting up a basic outline of a dungeon. But I'll once I've figured out how I want to do it. See, like, we got these cave cliffs, right, which I can actually work with. So, like, these, right? How big would I need to make these so that the player can't get over them? I think that is probably going to be okay. Height-wise, maybe we dig that into the ground a little bit more. So we have all these huge cliffs we can work with, like, and my goal is to basically just kind of stick them together. And you can't really tell that that's not one solid cliff, you know what I mean? And we can even, like, get bigger ones, push them behind and down, and that should give the kind of illusion like it's one cliff, you know? And that's kind of what I want to do, is just build out a general outline of how I want to be. So if we start off in this corner of this room, right? If we start off in this nice little cliffed off area. Am I echoing? Mythicus, are you playing it in Discord and on YouTube? That's probably it. Double check that. So if we just kind of balance this out, I could even, like, turn this 180. And kind of merge this in with that. See how we're getting that, like, cliff effect? It looks quite nice. So if we're down here at the player's height, that's a pretty damn tall cliff. You're not going to be able to climb all that. Echoing on YouTube. That's weird. I don't believe... Worth the money for VR ready PC? Absolutely. Absolutely, without a doubt. I think VR is infinitely better with a PC. That's just, like, not even a question. Yeah. So I want to set up, like, a little inlay here where we're going to start off. I feel like I want to texture the ground a little bit, so we're going to paint this up a little bit. Let's see. Let's raise our lower terrain. Paint texture, that's what we want. So edit terrain layers, add a layer. I'm going to go for grass, right? And let's have a look. How does this look? So that looks pretty awful. Honestly, like, pretty damn awful. So we're not going to actually, we're going to edit this. We can actually edit the color tint as well to give it a little bit of a darker tone. If we wanted to go more orangey or whatever, but we're not going to use this one. This one, we're going to remove that and just add a new one. I just want to find the right grass layer. Also, I just got pinged really loudly. Who was that? Alright, that's also not right. Water, yeah, we'll do water. How do I learn to do this? I just learned it, dude. Don't know what to tell you. Let's see, grass. What other grass do we have? Now I'm going to remove this layer. Oh, replace layer, there we go. Grass. Oh, I can actually click through them and look at them all. Okay, perfect. Pretty awful. Grass rock, grass light. We can also make it look a little bit better. So that's a grassy rock thing. If I just search grass, we can hopefully get the right one I'm looking for. That's wrong. That's not too bad. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, I think realistically, I know I need to sort out that nightbot. I think realistically our best option for grass right now is actually going to be one of these two. I think this one. And what we can actually do is just kind of tone it a little bit greener. That doesn't seem to work. Why? Yeah, I'm modding a dungeon. I'm making a dungeon. Yeah, that doesn't seem to affect it. But, if you look closer, when we get to this height, that grass is way too detailed. We're going to have to scale that up. This looked wrong. Let's remove the layer and add a layer, and then it was grass dark layer array. Okay, now we can work from this. So, tile settings. I feel like we need to do 10. No, let's do 30 by 30. Oh god, that's huge. Okay, let's do 2 by 2. How's that look? If we get like really close in. It's kind of too obvious that it tiles, that's the thing. Let's do like 3 by 3. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I could do that kind of thing. But I think I'm just going to stick with this for now. So the idea is kind of like to get these cliffs looking correct. And that's just going to take a lot of back and forth, really. Mostly this, like these cliffs are really good. Because I can like, like overhangs like this and stuff, you know. I could also duplicate this, do this kind of thing. Is that 90 degrees? That is 90 degrees. So I could even create like some kind of overarching rock thing, right? That's a terrible description, but you get where I'm going. Something like that. And then have some kind of rock behind it. So, where's a good example? I get like this cliff stone again, right? And I push this back, rotate it correctly and push it back a little bit more. Yeah, like we've now got this like overhanging rock here. If I just line that up correctly, that should look pretty nice. Yeah, so we can really work with that. This is Unity. Where'd you get textures and models? I bought them. That's what, see this donation goal at the top? That's what this funds, boys. Just to make that clear. But I can do things like grab these like rocks, kind of just wedge this one right into the ground, rotate it a little bit, just to get that kind of atmosphere. And then I think the player is actually going to start right in here. That's where we're going to start. So if you get the idea, is like you spawn under this like rock base and then you'll go out. It's kind of the idea. I'm hoping. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. Thank you very much. So, who pinged me? Okay, so what I'm going to quickly do is head over to here. I'm going to find sky in assets. I'm going to go to all sky. The reason I love all sky is because of this. If I look for fantasy, right? Let's just say we're doing a fantasy design. And we'll go for like a fantasy low. You can completely change the skyboxes, which is fantastic. So I'm not going to use this, but that's just an example. We'll probably use like some kind of like epic night one. No, that looks a bit too... No. I feel like a low sun is kind of right for this, right? But I don't know, I kind of want one with clouds. What does this look like? You don't need to know any coding to make a level. What do we think of this lighting, boys? How do we like that? Fog is possible, but it's a bit janky. I mean, there's some very simple ones as well. Like if we go back and go to day sun mid, like epic high, you can do like this kind of thing. I think that's too bright. Alright, so let's start working on making this area. So I don't want to just keep duplicating this and bringing it around and just building out like a cliff face, right? Essentially the idea. Can make dungeon rainy? I can absolutely make it rainy. At some point, not right now. Well, the idea is that you're going to go into a catacombs, right? So I want to make the first room quite big. See, I have a problem though. I'm going to have to actually get well, I'm going to have to raise the terrain first. So in here, there's a terrain height somewhere. This is going to have to go to like 1,500. I think that should fix some issues. So now, if I try and like raise and lower the terrain, if I try and lower, which I don't remember how to do. That's raise. That is like, okay, I can't lower it anymore. Why? Would I need to like bring that terrain up to, let's see. Interesting. No, the SDK is not out. Unfortunately, we got 28 people in here, boys. So yeah, basically I'm using asset packs to build this. Hence why, like I said before, we have that donation goal. So we can get things like this here. I'll show you guys what I'm considering. Show you guys some considerations for asset packs. So if we go to 3D, and we go to environments, because we need environment packs, right? Then I can kind of give you an idea of what we're looking for. And this is basically where people's donation money goes when I do this kind of stuff. So, let's see. If I look for, let's see, dungeons and fantasy. If I check both of those. I mean, look at the stuff we could do if we got the funding for it. $130, but dude, look at the assets we could build. Do you know what I mean? So if you guys like, if we end up funding this, I will build these into dungeons. 100% I will turn this into a dungeon. So it's really up to the community at that point. Like, my time is there if the funding is there, really. Dude, there's like detailed medieval villages, multi-story dungeons here. which I would love to do some stuff on if we could get these assets. There's this one, the Ancient Dungeon set, which I think would fit in the game really nicely. Could do some real stuff with this. This one's only 40 euros, so it's not bad. What else do we have in here? Like fancy forests, but it's kind of low poly-ish. We want high poly stuff, really. But yeah, like there's some stuff we can really use here, so we'll see what we can do. Swamp marshlands, temples, dark medieval village environment. Like, dude, how cool would this be to turn into a dungeon? It's expensive, but you know, if we can end up funding that. Hello, everyone. Yeah, if we can end up funding that, that'd be insane. So, I mean, look, Viking villages, dude. Look at this. Build an entire Viking dungeon. So yeah, we get the funding, I will do it. But for now, oh god, what's happened? Directional light. Let's focus on this, and then here we go. So I think I actually really need to recreate this terrain. Let me just do that quick. Terrain. Okay, something like this, right? What we want to do straight away is when we make it, and then 100, 100. I think that should do the job. Why is it not moving the terrain? That's my problem. Alright, oh, set height. I suppose I could just, like, do this, and set the entire height of the whole thing. What if I did this and then flatten tile? Has that gone all the way up? Perfect, okay. The reason that's good is because if we grab everything else right, so if we just, like, select everything in here. Except the directional light. Then we can just drag all this up to meet this, and now I can work with that a lot better. Sounds good, man. You enjoy yourself. Alright, so let's quickly repaint that texture. So paint texture. No, that's how it should be. There we go. Alright. And we got the terrain back. So the reason I did that, let me just select all these and turn off directional light again. So the reason I did that is because I need to make sure this guy's like, everything's planted in the ground firmly. There we go. So, now, when I like, good price for entry level VR ready PC, probably minimum $700 to $800. I would personally say, if you want to be able to enjoy the game. But that's my personal opinion, you know. Okay, perfect. You can see now we can lower the terrain, which means I can really work with this. We just lower the opacity right down, like, that's not even low enough. We need like 0.001. 0.001. We're not going lower than that? Huh? Really? Is that really the lowest we can go? That's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I can cut parts out, which is cool. Well, yeah, I'm gonna build out this first area first, so let me, oh god, I think the camera speed's a little too high. Oh no, I'm selected onto the wrong thing, that's why. There we go, perfect. We can kind of mess around with this a little bit. I wanna grab these, I wanna duplicate it, and I wanna put it over here, so we've got this closed in area to start in, you see? You can just open that out a little bit, push it back and forward. Let's see how that looks from like the inside. Okay, there's a gap at the back there which I don't like, so we're just going to duplicate this. That work? It didn't. Duplicate, right. And if we can just kind of bend that round and in. Now we've got that entrance. We can kind of work on this a little bit now. So I want to make it come out into an area where we can go down into the catacomb, right? So do something like this. But then we're going to close it more inwards with a less sharp corner like that. How's that looking? Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, good. And we can actually just grab this, pull this over here, and use this to create the cliff face above. Do like this, and then pull this over. Maybe rotate this just a little bit like that. Push it back, and we're going to start to get that cliff face. Do the cliffs and terrain naturally burn to the grass? Not yet, they will. That's something we work on later. But I also want to do stuff like this, like, dude, tell me this won't look incredible if I can get this to look right. Something like that, over the top. And we could even do something like, so the way that's stretched, right, we just duplicate that and stretch it inwards. Make it smaller. You'd even have like a piece that is kind of like balanced from here to here.
Thank you.
Hey, Day Trip, thanks for the $2, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So we could have like something like that, right? That's kind of like holding that up. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, man. Oh, I just duplicate the terrain. That's bad. Okay, I'm just going to keep grabbing this cliff and just kind of pulling it along and adjusting it. There are other pieces of cliff face we can use to do that. So like we can grab one of these, right? Duplicate that, bring that over, rotate that. If we actually rotate it this way, push it back, you can already see there's a nice bit of terrain forming here. So if we look down here now, if we actually get down into the player's view, right? If the player's going to be down here, and they spawn in and see this and look around, you're not going to think like, oh, that's a place I can go. Like, this looks great. Stream broke? Stream looks fine on my end. Is stream good for everyone else? Thanks for the sub, man. Hey, Rave. Alright, this looks like a good opening anyway. Cool. Day Trip. Thanks so much, man. You're insane. I love you. I appreciate that, man. Alright, well, Day Trip's half funded one of the packs already, guys, so what a goat. Alright. I think we'll be able to cut down some trees and stuff in the future. Who knows, dude? Who knows?
Thank you.
Alright, I think what we need to do... I'm trying to think, how can we like approach this? I think the whole level needs to kind of go down into the catacombs, right? So... let's, do you know what I really want, actually? Here. I'll show you the thing I really want. There's a waterfall thing. I think it's called Rivers. Here, I want this. Oh. Oh, it's on sale. But I really want this. Because look at the stuff you can do with it, dude. When we're going to update the pack when we get the SDK. Catacombs will get deeper as we go. They didn't add a dungeon creator yet. It's coming. Good to see you, Zach. Gonna make some breakable weapons. Fuck yeah. Yeah, this is the next asset I want to buy. When we get the funding to do so. Because we can create some kind of crazy waterfalls and stuff. Like, some of the stuff you can make is incredible with this. This is how you set it all up. You can connect multiple rivers together, and you can create this kind of stuff with it. So this can work alongside Crest as well, which is cool. But yeah, and that's the idea. Is where we're gonna go next. Is it all swimmable? For that stuff, I don't think so, but I don't think it'll need to be with a waterfall, you know? So what we're gonna do is just kind of lower the height of the terrain in one big drop here. Like that, right? Do I have Crest installed? And if not, I should install it. I know we own Crest in the Blade and Sorcery modder group. Give me a minute to grab that. Nexus mods, no, where is it? Modder thing. I'm looking, asset request is in here. No, there's something somewhere. Info about competition, mod discussion, mod ideas, asset request discussion. I'm not sure where we find the asset request stuff. 1 second, chat. Oh, there we go. Got it. So, we're looking for Crest. I don't see Crest.
Thank you.
Dude. Oh. Dude, day trip. You're a legend, man. You're crazy. Do you know what? Let me make sure that I've actually got the money in my actual bank account to do that. And fuck yeah, I will get it right now. Dude, does the stream keep ending or something? Because if it does, I can reboot the stream. Daytrip, you're a legend. Fucking hell, man. Did they even add Crest to her? Oh, it's down here. Crest, there we go. Let me download that. Oh, it's a gigabyte download. Okay. Yeah, cheers, Cox. I already got it, but thank you. Alright, it's downloading now. Seems to be fine on your end. Might just be a YouTube thing, man. Because I'm not seeing, like, any issues on other people's, like, and I'm not seeing issues on my end here. I've got it open on my phone. Alright. So, let me just, I was checking my account to see if I can grab this this thing real quick. Am I streaming on Twitch? No, not streaming on Twitch. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can grab it right now. Give me just a second. Alright, let me pick up that asset pack then. Let me drag this over and buy it. So, supports. Wait. Does it support URP? I can't tell. Okay, so there's the actual current one's cheaper than that one, I believe. I think this one's the one that supports URP. Yep, it's compatible with URP. Alright boys, I'm buying it. The one that was on sale is the better one. Fuck yeah. Good, no problem, man. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging around though. I'm not exempt from paying tax. Okay, I understand, yeah, pay. Alright, so the package is coming through, and I have Crest downloading right now. Wait, there was an issue with the payment? Or what? Why did it not pay? What do you mean unable to process my payment? That's the right card! Hey! Thanks, Testra, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. What VR headset do I use? I use the good old Quest 2 that's in the back right there. But we have an index on the way, so. Alright, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hold off on the waterfall thing because the payment's not going through. A Unity website maybe is having some issues because I have enough money on the card to purchase it. All the details are correct, so it just says unfortunately unable to process. So we'll grab that tonight or maybe later on tomorrow. I'll do what I can to grab that, but I would definitely be picking it up because I do need it. So thank you so much for that, dude. See, this is what I want to be using donations for, is like to fund you guys, right? Because like, I make enough money off YouTube advertisement. I don't particularly need the donations, but I can't afford to fund most of the mods myself when it comes to assets. So I'd like to be able to fund you guys with, or like, do stuff for you guys, really. I use Link. I use with a cable. So just down here, I'm trying to think about how I want to do this. I kind of want to make this like a cliff face, you know? So in fact, I might make it drop off incredibly suddenly here. I might set the height to like 150. Okay, that goes really far down actually. Let's do this 200. How far will that drop instantly? Let's see. That's honestly a pretty sizable cliff face. I'm okay with it dropping off that harsh. Jesus Christ, not like that though. Holy. What happened? Okay, so we're just gonna kind of cut this off. Oh wait, that's way too far down actually. Let's make it to 250. How far down does that drop if I just kind of paint it all out? Honestly, if I'm like standing at human height, that's a big cliff, but I kind of like it, you know? I kind of want to make like cliffs. Oh god, not like that. Okay. Let's... God, why does it keep doing that? And I want to outline kind of a path where the exit's going to be, which is going to be over there. So we can just put all this out. Then I can make the rest of it using the crest system. I did something like that, right? That works. Right? And we could kind of walk along this path. Probably outside as well. I don't remember all these steps, just practice, dude. Alright, how's the crest? The crest system's half downloaded, so we're getting there. And I'm going to make the water height come to, like, just here, and then I'm going to cliff off this entire cliff face. I'm just making the rooms, yeah. Just making the rooms, yeah. That's the plan. Rotate the directional light to match the sun. I believe... Yeah, I probably should do that. Where is the directional light? Whoop, let's put you up there. I can't even see which way. Ah, I've got gizmos turned off, that's why. So directional light needs to be facing this way. And rotated this way and this way. That looks correct. Let's have a look. We zoom in on this thing over here. Yeah. Directional light is now faced properly with the rest of the map. Which is actually, it's more like, just something like this. That's more like it, right? It's actually a bit lower than that. And more like this. And honestly, the light color I think I've got correct. What graphics card do I have? A 1660 Super. Oh, that looks beautiful now. Right, how far? The crest is almost done, so we can kind of start to... What I want to do is... I don't want to just grass this off, you know. I want to have some rock here. So, I'm going to turn off lighting for a minute while I look at this. And we can turn lighting back on at any time to really see it properly. But I want to go in texture, right? And I want to add a new layer. I want to use, let's see, rock. What does this look like? No, that's definitely not right. Okay. Replace layer. Here, we can go through all these now. So I need rock. See, it's kind of more like... More like this color, this that I need. Oh god, that's not right. Yeah, that's more like it. So what I need to do now is set the opacity of this really low. I can kind of just paint this into the thing, you know? See how that, yeah, that's going to blend in so nicely, dude. We just paint all this in. Like, ignore the cliff faces, because you're not going to see it. I'm going to put, like, models over the cliff, so you're not going to be able to see it. But, if we just purely look at how, like, this is coming out, I think this is going to look really good. We can also get really, like, deep in here and just kind of... I think the color tint needs to be a little different, but it might be okay. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. But you can create dungeons? Yeah, I'm working on dungeons right now. Well, that's the plan anyway. I'm hoping this turns out the way I want it to. So that's kind of how I was expecting the entrance to look. And what we can do is just kind of like patch out parts of rock. I just like raise the brush up and just kind of, in fact, reduce the opacity even more. I can just kind of patch in some rock in places. And that should look good. And then what we can do right at the end is just patch out a bunch of rock there. I think that should look really good. Now if we put the lighting back on, see that effect it's added? like that kind of like rocky terrain on there. I think that looks really good. So what we can do now is head over to details, right? Add a grass texture. No, add detail mesh. And what we're going to look for is grass. Detail grass, right? Add. Oh god. Well, that grass is clearly wrong, so we can remove that. Add detail mesh. Grass. And we just need to look for the right detail grass. I think this might be okay. There we go. So the opacity just needs to be reduced to like really low. Like 0.001. We can kind of just get this effect right, but we need to edit this and reduce the color of it to kind of match the rest of the world. See that? I'm just going to patch out grass in parts. Do you want? I kind of want to remove it from there. We just get patchy like that. There we go. So that the grass is now actually on the terrain, which I think looks good. Yeah. Yeah. Be a game developer at Warpfrog? I don't think so. I'd love to be. I absolutely love to be, but I don't think they are hiring people of my skill level. I believe I am quite outside of their skill level. But that's okay. So what's really nice about this is we can then add a new detail mesh and look for detail, right? And if we can find detail pebbles, right? We add this. Now, for some reason, they're green. We just need to edit this. Render mode, there we go. Vertex lit, I believe. And then we also need to make it so it's like a grey color. Like a browny color, right? Actually, more like a browny grey. Like this kind of color. And that should come out correct now. So now we can like really reduce the opacity down like low on this. We don't want this anywhere near as high as grass. So like this, right? And as we're painting that on, hopefully, yeah, it starts to get some little rocks. I can just kind of paint these pebbles all in. See the detail we're getting in now? So if I zoom in, you should see the occasional kind of like pebble drop in there. That's really what we want. These little rocks just strewn around, because just add something, you know? Add some depth. Make a good map? Bro, I'm making a good map. What do you mean? So my idea would be the rest of this now is to grab, let's turn off the gizmos again. Just grab this, right? We duplicate it and we're gonna bring it out. Now I'm hoping this works. I'm just gonna kind of layer the cliff face with these, right? And if I can just kind of stretch them a bit, look good. Stretch these out, bring them out, you know, kind of fill out the cliff face. Should look good. So let's bring all these out. Like that, see? And one thing I really want to make sure of is just here. We make sure people can't get around this corner, right? So if we just rotate that, do this kind of thing. Make sure that is like blocked off so no one can get in there because we don't want people to be coming around the back here. There should be an off limits area. Okay, so we made some progress there. Who pinged me? Do you know what? Oh, did someone? Nice. Yeah, someone pinged for that thing. Okay. But yeah, we've already had 2 people over the course of like the last few weeks fund some modding stuff. So if you look at the donation goal up there, that's what we're doing. When's this dropping? Not for a long time. We have lots of stuff to work on with that. But I really like how this looks. I really like how this skybox looks. So this is the kind of effect we're going for. So what I need to do now is go into my downloads. And we need to bring in Crest. Oh, bro, my girlfriend saw your comment on the stream, by the way. She laughed about it. She just sent me a message with it. I'm like, yeah, I saw. Okay, so we're going to let this import, guys. So we're going to have to chill for a minute. But I'm excited for this. Like, I haven't been excited about a modding project in a while. But I might have to just make a bunch of dungeons, boys. Okay, here we go. So let's import this whole thing. I have no idea how to use Crest though, so. How gremlin should you be? What do you mean? Alright, we're just gonna let this thing do its thing. For those of you who haven't seen it, you guys should go check out today's video because it's actually underperforming for a mod showcase, which is kind of sad. Although yesterday's video popped off, guys, so thanks for that. I really appreciate that. And we're literally 1 sub away from 12.7k, which is nuts. So. You're mad at me? Why? Because I used someone else's mod and not yours? Well, update yours faster. No! Not everyone unsubscribe. Correct, you evil motherfucker. Dude, the chat lags behind. Crazy. Unsubscribe while he's looking away. Oh my god. I might use it in my next mod showcase. It won't be in the next one because the next one's already been recorded. I don't think I'll ever reach 500k. I think I'm going to peak around 200k eventually. Hey, Lando, thank you, man. Yeah, I think I'll peak a little bit further than, like, I don't know. Hey, 12.7k, boys. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. There it is. Yeah, dude. Alright, 300 subs and we're at 13k. Do you know what's funny? I expected 13k by the end of, like, I don't know. Not now. Perks, we need to, like, once the SDK updates, we need to just pump out those UFP armor sets we've already, I've already finished. I'll send them all to you. We'll get them all in the mod, the current mod. And we'll update it, and then we'll, hopefully, if you want to get involved in making some stuff for dungeons, I'm thinking with these dungeons, we make entire armor sets that are brand new to the faction inside the dungeons. Like, we add new weapons for the dungeons. I wanna have weapons that are only in the dungeons by only these people that are in the dungeons by this faction. Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of make it Blade and Sorcery lore friendly, but not, because it's going to be our own faction. I'd love to do something like that. Okay, no problem. Well, the Demon Lady has had some updates. Lag? Yeah, it's gonna lag. I'm importing all these C# scripts. It's gonna take a few minutes. Wish you could mod? Well, you can, dude. You can. Just learn. Don't watch pipe hop tutorials, though. Oh, actually, should I make modding tutorials for YouTube? Should I do that? Is that worth doing? What do you guys think? Because I know enough about modding to show people the basics. I feel like I could do it. You think yes? I think I'm a good enough modder to do modding tutorials. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Alright. Some UFP breakables. I would love to... Rave, do you know what I'd love to do for UFP breakables? Is things like, let me think. I don't know. Like, you know the plank shield, right? That we made? I'd love to turn that into a breakable. Where, like, when you, like, when it gets hit enough times, it breaks into pieces and stuff. UFP has a good bow staff, but it needs work. I'm gonna chill and just let this thing update. This should only be a couple more minutes importing now. Yeah, I'll make some U12 modding tutorials on everything. I might also do some modeling guides on how to, like, model things, you know? I feel like that would be a really good thing too. Well, Cody, so if you teach me how to do armor, I'll happily do it. But I think armor's going to be different in U12, so. Breakable brick and stone wall. Oh, that would be really cool, you know? Like, a wall that inside the dungeon you can break down. Or maybe there's like a special weapon behind it or something. Alright, we'll have a think about that. I like the idea. Magic shield breaks into shards. That'd be cool. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to, like, people getting involved in Ultimate Fantasy Pack, if you guys want to learn modding in any form, if there's any modders in the call right now, or in the stream, and I know there's a few, obviously, Rave and Coex already are on the UFP team, but anyone else, any other modders, if you guys want to get involved, like, 100%, I'm so down to let people get involved. Like, throw your ideas. What's happening? We're importing the same asset. So you know the ocean that Blade and Sorcery uses? We're importing their asset to use that. Oh, correct. That would be really cool, actually. If we could chip away at the sword and it would have like fire underneath. Oh, dude. Rave? You thinking what I'm thinking? We could have the fireborn sword, like the more you hit, pieces break off until bang, it just like is a full fire sword. That could be its ability. Oh, I do like the idea of that. Marvel mods, I avoid Marvel mods. They tend to all be quite low quality. There's been a few that have been really good, but mostly are low quality. Dude, this is taking a while. Oh, reserializing assets. That means it's almost done. Do you know what's going to be horrible? Exporting all my Unity stuff over from one SDK to the other. That's going to take a long time. I can't wait to get this like first room done though. It's going to look hot. I feel like I could make some great maps for Blade and Sorcery. I don't know. Like with these kind of assets that I've got. Like, would you guys like me to see me just release maybe some more arena maps on the side and stuff? You know, ones that would run decently well. I mean, I'm probably going to be doing dungeons mostly. But like, what we were thinking, and Testro and Hoax and anyone else who wants to get involved, Rave, I'm sure you'd love to get involved with this kind of stuff. Me and Con, who you might know has done a lot of UFP and also has done some MMP, we're thinking of doing a base game expansion. But like, not the people who already said it, like, not people who've already done stuff, like, because they've said they're doing it, but they haven't really. What I'm going to do with Goblin, no idea. But our idea is to do basically a base game expansion where we have like 3 arena maps, 2 dungeons, a bunch of new base game weapons, and maybe a couple spells as like a full expansion. Rather than just what people have been doing is adding different tiers of weapons. Yeah, well, I'll have a think. Sorry that nothing's happening right now. I really wish I could do something, but this is taking a while to import. Do maps for each UFP category? I had that going at one point. But I can't be doing that anymore. I've got to hold back on it right now because I lost the project. So. Oh, do you mean if it's like stabbed, like thrusted at? Yeah. That'd be interesting. I'd definitely like to do some more like breakable stuff. I'd like to work with a lot of new stuff, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of concepts of course U12 that I really want to mess with. Like, I want to have some swimming rooms that are purely underwater in some dungeons, where you have to swim from one side to the other. Volcano map would be good, yeah. I did make a volcano map a long time ago for a long lost project called Foxclaw, some of you may remember. That project is long gone. Oh! Hey, Crest imported. Okay, so we're gonna go with him, we're gonna look for Crest. So how do you use Crest, guys? I have no idea on how to use it. Does anyone know how to use Crest? There's a readme here. There we go. Pipeline setup. So project settings, where's that? Yeah. Where do I need to go to? Graphics. Who pinged me? Wait, Cox, what's that? Is that like a tiny little gap you've found in the armor? Dude. Create a new game object for the ocean. Yeah, let's start with that. So, let's see, what does it say? Create a new game object. Assign the ocean renderer component. Crest ocean renderer. Assign desired ocean material. And then set the Y coordinate. Wait. So I assume that means position. Oh. Hell yeah. So, wait, it needs a camera? I delete the camera from the scene, so it doesn't matter. There doesn't need to be a camera on the scene. It's not too hard. To add waves, create a new game object. Oh! Holy shit. Dude! So is there a better way of like... Looks good. I feel like the ocean's the wrong color though. That's more like it. And honestly, this can go to like whatever color, it doesn't really matter. I haven't noticed a difference there. I'm gonna make this a little more bluish. How's that look? Honestly? Starting to look good. Now I just need to set up the rest of the cliff face, so let's do that. Let's get this cliff face all set up nicely. Something like this. And then these top rocks can just be like dragged along. Kind of placed at intervals like this. Like that. Bit too much foam. Too blue. Okay, interesting. Let me flip with that. You guys say too blue. So you think maybe more like... No, I probably shouldn't flip with that one. It's this one I want to mess with. Would you say more like that? That look better? And you think there's too much foam? Oh, that's easy enough to mess with. Should be here. Boom. Like that. That's better, boys? Yeah, it looks better. Much better. Okay. The one thing I do want to mess with is there's also other options here, like sea floor depth data. Animated waves. And there's also here, if I create a new asset, right? There's also the sea floor depth. I don't think that's as foamy as it. I think that's okay now. Alright, so let's work on this cliff face. I think what we can actually probably do for some of it is just this. Like, just make it huge. Kind of squash it in there. Honestly, like, that looks fine. You know what I mean? Like, we just do something like this, and then here, kind of dump in a couple, like, rocks in between. That's a bit too high. And that down to, like, here. And then maybe even, like, this kind of thing. Pull this forward and up. Bumps around the edges of the cliff, yeah? Yeah, this is you're gonna be able to swim in this, yeah. Although I don't know why you would want to. It's not gonna benefit you. Alright, so what I was thinking, is like, do something like, so we get this rock here, and we can kind of just plant like a big one here. And if I just duplicate this and make it much smaller, do something like taller but smaller. You know what I mean? Like, kind of just adding a bit of environmental stuff to the thing. I think that adds a lot already. Having like that rock there. I know it sounds silly, but I think it does. Rotate some of the cliff areas, get some variation. Yeah, I could definitely do that. So let's grab this one. Let's do what you said and do a 180 on that. Because it doesn't actually matter that it's not perfect. It doesn't matter. What matters is that it's actually like on the cliff face. Because with these, we're just gonna build out the cliff face with it a little bit. We can also like make some of these a lot smaller and place them, you know, and maybe even some of them like much wider. Add that kind of level of barrier onto it. Yeah, that looks now. It doesn't look too bad from either side. And it has a variation of kind of like rock sizes that are going along that cliff. You think something darker for the lighting? I'm not sure. Have a look at the directional light and see what we can do with that. Do you guys think it should be a little more like hazy orange? Or like lower the intensity? What do you guys think of that? Does that look better? Okay. start with that then. We're going to do mixed on this as well, because we need to, like, bake it as well. Alright, let's finish off this cliff face anyway. So let's just scale that right up. Wow, that actually worked really well. If I then just kind of scale it right down. Let's forward a bit. 180 it. Get that kind of outline like that. How does that work? Like, could I put it like this? That works fine. Then all we need is like one of these over here. And just dump one of these in the corner here. And I think what we can then do is we're going to have the entrance to it here, right? So we just kind of build this out a little bit. We can then start to build it up like a cave tunnel, you know? Yeah, this is how normal games do it. Like, overlapping them is exactly how most games would do it. Like, it just... I don't know, that's just how they do it. So it would literally end up being something like this. So how that, like, builds, if we just kind of... a bit. There we go. Like a solid cliff face right now. You think? Okay, well this one's a duplicate, so if we 180 this. Ah, yeah, that actually does look good. Okay, I like that. We'll probably do that again here as well. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks really good, okay. I do like that. So what I need to do is... I need the terrain right now, yeah. So this, I need to find this. So it's called... Oh, it's right here. I could just edit it here, actually. But I want it to match more in with this. So it needs to be more like that. That's better. Now it matches nicer. And actually, I do need to paint a bit more of it as well. Just here. Where this sudden drop-off is, just needs to be more rocky, you see? Like that. Now we can do we'll do the other side of the cliff now, and then we can work on where we want to take it from there. But what I do want to do is kind of smooth this out as well, because it's kind of harsh. If I did something like, you'll see, if I did something like this, right? And then we kind of just smooth it out a little bit. So I feel like it's way too harsh there. I just duplicated it twice. I did not mean to do that. And we can
Hello.
bring it down like that. Thank you for the follow. I think that was a follow on Twitch. That looks better. I think that just looks smoother. And you're not going to see it from this side anyway, so it doesn't matter. Put a single tree. Sure. Oh, nice. Completely screwed up. Dried trees. Prefabs. Good, no textures. But sure, I'll do like a single tree somewhere. As long as it doesn't merge with the mesh, it'll look quite good if I can get it in the right position. Something like that. think that looks good like there, maybe. Lower that into the ground. Ignore the material right now, because I can fix that. It's dry tree 1 we're looking for. There we go. Normal map. Dry tree, and we're looking for the normal map. There we go. So what I probably want to do, see, the color's not like bright enough. Like, does that look better? Honestly, that looks far better. Does that not look so much better? And if we just like kind of paste it into the environment a little bit. And even, like, this is the kind of detail I want to go into with this when I eventually get there. Like, raise or lower terrain, right? And I want to put the opacity down to 0.01. Put the brush size way down. Why is it so harsh? Like, why can I not... Why can I not go lower opacity than that? Like, why is that the lowest I can go? Oh wait, no, I need to 300.1. If I do 300.5 now, that raises it too high. Okay, 300.2. 300.3. So I can kind of do this, right? And then go to smooth height. So as the player, you'll be this size. You'll be running through here. Yeah, this looks kind of good. Try another brush. I could do. Still is the lowest it goes, which is annoying. So let's just finish off doing the rest of this first. Do the rest of the cliff faces first. So let's pull this over. What am I doing? I was pulling it down, not across. Okay. There we go, something like that. And we're going to duplicate this. We're going to rotate this like that. 90, yep. And then we're literally just going to scale it out and down. Get a huge cliff. This part here. And then bring it up. And what does it look like on this side? That's honestly pretty okay there. I'm kind of good with that. Yeah. Any updates on anything? Nope. Has my phone got an update? Right. Yeah, I'd love to do that kind of stuff, dude. 100%. Right. We're getting there. I'm not going to be as strict with this part here. Like, all I'm going to do to kind of smooth this out is do like that kind of thing. How's that look? Honestly, pretty okay. If I did something like that, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So that, if you didn't get an outside perspective from like here, where you can literally see around the side and think, huh, that looks kind of goofy. We can work on that though. Because what I'll probably end up doing is building a big cliff face out the back here. So like if we do, I do have some mountains. We go to prefab. See, I have some mountains that we can kind of throw out in the back here that will obscure it, but we just need to work on the material. The mountain usually looks like that, and we can't have that, so. Usually we want way off in the distance, and we just kind of figure out how I can get this to look correct. That doesn't look bad. So we have all these background mountains we can use. Like, holy shit. That's a big ass mountain, but we're not going to use that. That's too big. BGR mountains, what's this? That doesn't look correct. Mountain A. What's this? That's a big white mountain. But we can like fuck with the base map and all the other stuff. So if we just do mountain A base color, and then it has a normal map which already is on there. So then we just have to again kind of mess with this color until we get what we like. It would realistically be something like that. We just kind of push it way back. And we could even scale this way up. And have this all the way in the distance. Like, way off in the distance, right? But from, like, down here, you're not going to be able to tell how far away that mountain is. You're going to be like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? And we could do, like, scale this mountain up. Push it back a bit. In fact, I'm kind of debating just using the same mountain and just kind of rotating it different directions like this, you know? We can have like a kind of mountain range at the back here. You know, so that the ocean doesn't look infinite. So then we do something like this. Maybe even like flatten the mountain out a bit here. Put it below the water, obviously. And then this kind of thing. But do you see where I'm going? Like if I come down now to here, and we just look from this position, that you wouldn't think anything other than holy shit. And even when you get all the way out here, you can't tell that there's anything behind those mountains. So I think I'm just going to do that. I think if we just kind of even scale up some of these mountains even bigger and just push them further back. How high can I pull this before it gets... Okay, so like here, right? And then we did something like this and rotated it like this. I don't want to block the sun. That's a main concern. I really don't want to block the sun. But like from down here now, I'm pretty okay with this. But we would need some mountains in the background, obviously, to kind of make the dungeon look right. So what I was thinking is we could somehow kind of make it look like this is attached to the mountains through cliff faces. Like this. So we would do something like, you know, build up the cliff faces like this. So that you can't tell from here, but something like this, right? So that when you're down here, you're like, oh shit, that kind of thing. And we can push that back and up and slant it. Kind of get that effect. Until it kind of looks like it's part of the mountains. You'll see where I'm going with it when it's done. But it will look good. But my idea would be to kind of mesh it in with the mountains as much as possible. Just not the easiest thing to do sometimes. You guys can kind of see where I'm coming from. Hope. So if I just kind of built this backwards into the mountains, rotated that, you know, brought this flat. This kind of stuff. And we even went up a layer at the back here. Kind of like this. I think that might look quite good. So like we start here and there's just this huge kind of like, so even when you get to like here, right, you can kind of see how the structure forms into the mountain. I just want to build that around this side now. Like that. But then also there's a part here I just want to fill in. Like that. Like this. And then we're going to grab these and kind of just duplicate this, bring it out and rotate it. And then rotate this down. Just build out this lovely cliff face like that. Do you guys kind of see what I've done there? And now, no matter where you stand in this map, you're not going to be able to tell that it's not right. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually really proud of that. Holy shit. That should turn out great. Alright, let's start to build out the rest of these cliffs. The base of the cliffs don't really need to be too fancy. Just keep it simple, you know. as long as they look like they have a cliff face. That's all that matters. Like that. I'm just gonna keep putting out. So we're just gonna keep throwing out these cliff faces until it kind of builds out what I'm looking for. Like that. Roll this out here. Rotate. That's almost there now. Let's do something like that. Pull this up now and rotate it back. That's not going to look quite right until we do like an extra bit of work with it here. Something like this. That's almost right. I think what I just need to do is expand that a bit. Like that. That looks good. And then we'll lower that one like slightly. And then it's just literally a matter of doing that. And we have a full cliff face. Oh god, wait. What did I do here? That's unnecessary. Okay. We have our entrance. That's not actually taking as long as I thought it would have. I kind of want to add a few more of these trees. Maybe we'll do like another one a little bit further in. Like maybe like just wedged into the corner of the cliff here. You know, kind of like that. And that could look nice. And now we just need some little rocks, really. So we're going to go back to assets. I'm going to look for rock. We have these rocks that I can kind of mess with to get what I want. And these are quite nice, but I think honestly, doing like this kind of stuff is going to be naturally just better. I do need to mess with the material. The smoothness is far too high. And the base map's not quite right. It needs to be more yellowy orange to match the rest of the map. Like that. And we can kind of just, you know, make a smaller one, rotate that, push it in. Now the biggest, scariest thing about all this is having to do this. Add stone material to everything. So we'll do that at the end. I'm not doing that right now. But the great thing about it is, because I've used so much of this Katam whatever B thing, right? If I set this to stone, it should, in theory, update that for every single one of them. So if I go over to this one now, and I check inside of here, no. So it does it for all of them. So we only need to do A, B, C, and whatever, and it should do the job. Oh, wait, this is... No, that's not stone. Okay. Did I use anything else apart from B and A? Oh, I used C. I must have used another one, right? I think I used D as well somewhere. What's this? Ah. Okay. Stone. So this is looking quite nice. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Think we could add some kind of boat? Possibly. Possibly. Definitely doable. What I was thinking is adding some kind of like cliffs out in the ocean. So like, just grab this cliff face, for example, and I just round it out like this, and then make it taller and drop it in the ocean like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of added like a new piece of terrain out in the ocean. And I could even make like a thinner one. Rotate that. Maybe have like a taller one that's also even thinner. Like here. It just adds to the environment a bit, I think. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. Something like that, you know? Add some stacks out there. Probably move this one back a bit. Can we do a working boat? Probably not. Probably not. That's not really my expertise. Okay, so we have one of these. What I'm going to do is just kind of build out the baseline for how I want to set this up, which actually, I think to set it up, we're probably going to do something like 2 rocks leaning on each other like this. So if I then rotate that, bring it up and out. As the entrance, I think this might do the job. If I did something like this, how big is the player compared to this? That's really what I'm interested in, is how big is this compared to the player? So I wouldn't say that cliff looks off at all. And then what I would do is go for cave, right? I want cave. And what I'm looking for is a cave tunnel. But not just any cave tunnel, I need a specific one like this. And this is going to lead me down into the catacombs. So I really need to get this right. I feel like that rotation's off. Okay, that looks good. So when you walk in, you're now going to go into this cave. So what I need to do is somehow set up a smooth transition here between the two. Which I think the way to do that would be to grab one of these. Bring this all the way here. Right. So set that up. And then kind of flatten that and make it smaller. And what I can do is use this to build my transition. That makes sense. So do like this kind of ramp. Right. Now we need to do, kind of make it so, it's gonna be kind of weird to do. So we don't want it to be too sharp of a transition. And if I just kind of stretch that out, I think honestly it might be even better if I just flip that like that. And then see how that's going to like lead me into the cave now. So if I duplicate that, drop it down a slight level, right? And then drop it down a level again. And just kind of bring this up. That. And again, we'll just kind of do one more. Just kind of smooth that in. That was good. That's just because the lighting hasn't baked. Shouldn't be shining through unless it would shine through this gap here. But I believe once the lighting's baked, it should look very different. But I think this is where I'm going to do my first kind of like entrance, right? So, well, like my first kind of catacomb room. So, have I made it so there's no gap? Almost. Edges slightly forward. And here, that's where we're going to open up into the first catacomb room. Oh, this looks great, dude. Like, holy shit, this looks good. I'm excited for this. So we go to catacombs again. So in here we have prefabs, right? I think we have entire rooms we can use. Static. Right. Do we have whole rooms? Merged, here we go. Merge models. Here we go. So we're going to open up into a hallway. One second, chat. Right. So what I do want to do is just kind of now patch this up. You kind of can't see any of the outside. If that makes sense. So let's do this. Going like this. Put this up here. Patch up the ceiling like that. There's still some fucking issues here. Did I fix all the... Yeah. Now when you come in here, you're gonna come straight into this room. And I think that's where we're gonna kind of end off this room. So that's how we're gonna start the map. It's just a we need a wall. Hmm. Hmm. Where can I find this? Prefab in static. Okay. Door. Holy shit, why is that so huge? Okay, something like that. Um, because I'm not on Twitch right now. Hmm. Well, this isn't gonna work, is it? I'm gonna have to use this as my doorway, but that's not gonna look right. That's more like the doorway. So, cool. And then what I can do, grab this. Duplicate this, bring this over. And then all I need to do is make this look half decent, which really shouldn't be that much of a challenge. Alright, and that's going to be the first room. So I think I'm almost done with this. So I might bake the lighting on this just to see how it looks. If I just stay at the player height and slow down the speed, I can kind of see how you would go through this dungeon. So far, so you'd walk along here. Come all the way to here, which I'm going to have to do some kind of huge thing for. Down into the dungeon, all the way through the cave, and you're going to end up here. Not too bad. Now I need to get everything in the whole scene. And make it all static. Except I don't know if I have to do the ocean. What does it say about Interesting. Can't add enemies yet. You think I'll add rain, maybe? Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna be building a big wall over here. I just gotta figure out how I want to do that. Because like the idea is I've kind of got to do a whole mountain thing again on this side now. So I've got to like set up how I want that to look. Like, how do I want that to look? I can't decide. It's going to be a very interesting process here. Like, do I want a mountain right behind the catacombs? Probably. Like this kind of thing, right? Because when you're down here, you're not going to know any different. Unless I need to probably put another mountain back here. But like, that'll probably do. Like that. So now, when you're here, you're going to think you're in between like a bunch of mountains where the ocean is. And you're going to come here. And now we just need to set up this thing. Which honestly, do you know what? When does it stop becoming this cliff face? Yeah, so if I grab all this, duplicate it, and set this to global, I wonder how much of this I can just replicate over this side. You know what I mean? Like, how much of it can I just do like this? That makes sense. Like that. Obviously, I'll have to go inside and delete any that are blocking the path. And for example, this, I can just raise this out of here. So that deleted a fair amount of it, to be fair. But it's all fixable. This is a huge piece of kit, so we can kind of just set this up so it does work. Now there's nothing blocking the cave still. So we just want to maybe even flatten this out a bit. So has that blocked any of the cave? No. And that doesn't look bad at all. We can kind of just 180 that. Flatten that out. Push it down and out. And there we go. There's another piece done. We can even just grab this piece and kind of push that up into the cliff face like that. I don't think it's going to cause any issues doing it like this, so I think we'll be okay. This one can actually probably just do this and like extend it and extend it. No, not extend it that way, extend it this way. Grab this, duplicate, bring across a bit. Okay, that's caused some issues, so just pull this in until it doesn't cause issues. And it still covers where we need to cover. And then I just need to basically build this out as if it were attached to this mountain, really. Shouldn't be too tough. I mean, I've already basically done it. You know, just stretch and stretch. Drop that down a bit. You know, bring that across. Rotate, drop down. And then this one, we're just going to duplicate one more time and kind of build this out like this. I'm going to get that effect. And do that one more time here. Oh, we'll just do this a couple more times there. Stick out like that. Now, if you look at this from here, you spawn here, you would just look at that and think, ah, that's pretty normal. We got that lighting coming in. You'd head all the way to here, head into the cave, head through the cave, and this is where the doorway would be. I'm honestly really happy with that. I think this is pretty much done. Like, just details need adding now. You know, so things like, in assets, and we do prefabs. And we have things like this I kind of want to add in. But we could use the base game one. You know, there are other bits I want to add in, like some like broken down pillars and stuff. So where's the archway? I do want to do something really cool here, actually. I want to have this archway like this. I want to have it turned and like rotated like this and buried in. Maybe even like the side of thing, like here. No, actually, I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that. See, I've got so many options for additional items to add in now. So, like, for example, we have, Jesus Christ, we have wall torches we can add in, which are completely facing the wrong direction. Once they're on, they should look good, though. duplicate that. Rotate that, and then bring that in and out. Oh, that's not right. That's right. So is this wrong? Yeah. Is the cave entrance big enough for the player? I assume so. Let's have a look. I'll just spawn a new human in. Human male. I actually don't want to know what I just tried spawning because it's caused incredible amounts of lag. Like it's frozen my project. I haven't saved this. Oh, it's the actual human male. Yeah. That's the size of the player. That's perfect. So, if I go back to assets and just goes back to catacombs, we should have a bunch of stuff we can work from in here. So, if I go to prefabs and I go to prefab static scene props. What's this dirt path? I don't care. We have some other stuff, like some static objects we can kind of throw in here. What are all these other things? Decals. What are the decals we got? Oh, nice. So they're like skulls? Oh no, it's like that. Ah, so these are for the ground, for like bits that, so if I wanted to like add in, I don't know, cracks on the ground. Oh, that looks nice. Even add in a slight decal over that, like that. That looks cool. This adds a lot of depth. There are other skull things we have. I had like a skull pile. I just put pile. There we go. Something like that. Hmm. Chat more often? Yeah, sorry. What's the lore for this dungeon? No idea. Haven't really thought that far ahead. Helpers merge particles and effects. What are in the particles and effects? Oh, fire. Light shafts. Holy shit, no way. Can we... Could I, like, add some light shafts coming from, like, here? And just have them, like, kind of... That's kind of cool, actually. Kind of just about see them. Oh. No, man, that looks terrible. Or maybe I should put a brazier outside the front, though. Like, one here. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have one here that's, like, buried. And I'm gonna add the bone pile inside it. You see that, boys? We liking that? 'Cause I'm liking that. Alright, it's kind of lit up there. I don't think maybe it needs to be that intense. Maybe that kind of intensity is good. Do we have a campfire? Or just fire in general? We go to prefab. Yeah, campfire. I see one. Campfire does not need to be that big. That's a terrible particle system. So we're going to unpack this prefab. And we're going to remove this. And then we're going to do fire again. No, not tombstones. We're looking for a fire effect. I think actually if I just undo that, go back to here, we had the particles. We could just do this. I honestly feel like that is far better of an effect than what we just had. Personally. So if we drop that in there. And then set this point light. If we just like unpack this and lower this point light down to like here. And I'm going to put it as mixed. Just add like a little campfire to the beginning area. I think that adds a lot. That kind of thing of like, oh, you've arrived here. Where are our barrel prefabs? Not that I couldn't just use the base game ones, but... Where is this? Castle and big environment pack. If I just do like a barrel like this, and then a couple broken ones lying around, you know? Maybe dig this one into the ground a little bit since it's very broken. Do you like this kind of thing? What else do we have? Breakable wires? I will, yeah. No, these aren't from Blade and Sorcery. These models aren't, no. Do I have a chain at all? No, I don't want model, I want prefab. What is this? Kind of terrifying. Alright, so we have this chain, right? I want to do something with. Is it not textured? I'm gonna chain there. So I don't know what I would add to this chain. Probably add like some kind of... Oh wait. I'm not using that. We also have directly hanging cages that we can add. We have one like this, and then we have another one here that we could kind of just rotate. Put kind of like here. That looks kind of off, I think. I can't tell. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. This one looks good though. Let me go prefab, because we got a few cages we can add, like... See, we can add this like cage pile at the bottom here. It kind of like blends nicely into that corner. And now we have a reason for these cages, because they're hanging up in the sky up there. Bury them in a little bit. Looks good. It's a really small cage. Here's another one. Another hanging cage thing we can do something with. Oh. Who pinged me? Do you know what? I'm actually not going to use that. That hanging cage thing is just not working for me. But I like this. I like what we got so far. I think maybe it needs more rocks. Well, that's a big rock. Okay, let's go back to the catacombs environment, because I feel like we can use more of that. Fucking Ricky's. I think I'm almost ready to like call this like finished at the beginning. Like, I don't really know what else I would add apart from maybe some like I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can add. I think what needs to be added, obviously we can swap these out for breakable ones in the future, but just some of these things need to be added inside of here. kind of saying. God, why is Unity lagging like hell? Why is everything lagging like hell? What the hell's caused that? Wasn't that mommy, was it? No, clearly not. Something's caused some serious lag. I'm not sure whether it's Unity or something else. I still have Steam VR open. That could be definitely causing some issues. I believe it was causing issues. It literally was. I don't know how I would add rain. Like, do I have a rain thing? Clearly this rain effect doesn't work. Where is this? I need to find Enviro, Sky, and Weather. Here. Core. Prefabs. Particle effects. Light rain. I can't get the rain to work, that's the problem. Was my chat so late? I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. So it's definitely spawning the particles, I just can't see them. Oh! Hell yeah. So it's got 2,000 particles. I'm going to put it up to 4,000 particles. So if I go back to prefabs, no, not EnviroLight, core, prefabs, putting medium rain now. But it only works with EnviroLight, interesting. And let's do 6, oh, not 60,000, just, Jesus Christ. So, what if I did 15,000? Oh, it's way over there, that's why. You know what, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna add a few medium rain things to the ground. Like one here. One here. Does it fall forever? Okay, it does, so I can put it like really high up. I think the lifetime's too long. I don't know what it is actually. Something about the lifetime's way too long. Let's do 1 second. No, let's do 4. Or maybe actually 3 is okay. Okay. If we just kind of duplicate that over and make it rain over here now. Duplicate that over, make it rain here. And then we just drag that to like, oh god, why did that go all the way over there? Right, so if I now have all of these selected, let's go through the map. Is that too much? I don't think it's Blade and Sorcery, I don't know. You just do. I can't do it right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. So that's very rainy now. Too much rain, you think? You guys think too much rain. Alright, well let me go to a mission then. They're down to 1,000. Even 500. Is that better? Even maybe 200. That looks better. As you're walking through, it's not too rainy, but it's rainy enough. I like that.
Hello.
Thanks for the... oh, thank you, man. That's on Twitch again. Alright, rain is done. I don't think there's anything else to really... Alright, see you later, man. I don't think there's much else I can think of really adding. What do you guys think? What's missing? Like, I really think this is solid. See what you guys in chat are saying. Not live on Twitch? I know I'm not live on Twitch. I never intended to be live on Twitch, brother. Bit lighting, yeah, I probably should do that. Well, I added a shipwreck. Do we have any boats? Oh, dude. Do something like that. Like the boat's collapsed. And then we can even like add a rock here. As if the shipwreck's actually wedged onto the rock, do you know what I mean? So like this kind of thing. Oh yeah. So then when you look from above you can see like there's a shipwreck wedged on the rock. This one's fine in the back though, I'm okay with that. Sure, we could even add like a what's this? Way off in the distance. Okay, I'm gonna bait the lighting now. I don't think I can do that on stream. I'm making this without the SDK. I'm just building the rooms. I'm not making the actual dungeon. Just setting up rooms. I kind of want to make some like secret underwater stuff as well, but not right now. What do you think though, Claire? I'll show you the whole thing. So, this is the size of the player. Just here. So you would start here. And you just wander through here. Oh wait. Sorry, let me add some atmosphere quick. Okay, so you just kind of wander through the rain. You know, you can peer off the edge and see, like, if you look carefully, there's like a shipwreck down here and stuff. And you can keep heading through. Got that ship off in the distance. You keep wandering through all the way to the beginning of the dungeon. And then you head in. And you head down through the horrible cave stuff. And you arrive here. And that's where we're going to start. For one, I'm very proud of this so far. Now it's time to do some baking! And what this requires me to do is basically grab all of these and turn them to static. Yes, change children. Now, the only thing is I don't want to be static is... I do want the ocean to be static, actually. I don't want the directional light to be static. And the terrain's not actually that big, so... time to bake. Actually, do you want... we should probably add some reflection probes. In, like, these rooms and stuff. Specifically this one. So, let's just add... let's grab, like, this, right? Light. Reflection probe. And put this here. I'm just gonna move this out of here. Alright. Baked. So that's a reflection probe we got in here now. The resolution up to like here. Going for a theme? Not a huge theme, I've just saved now. Right, so let's start baking and see how it goes. I don't know how long a light bake will take. Let's see, window. Rendering. Lighting. New lighting settings. I think I want to use baked indirect. Progressive GPU. Environment, don't want to do anything here. Resolution, let's do this. Let's see how long this will take. Yeah, I might add some puddles and some low water things, yeah. Wonder how long it thinks it's going to take. I'm very intrigued. It says preparing bake right now. Something addictive about this live stream? I mean, that's what a lot of people say about these live streams that I do. Okay, it's done a little bit of baking. Apparently it's baking now. I don't see it doing anything. Definitely doing something. This looks beautiful to me. Thanks, Miss Steel. Appreciate that, man. Oh, now it's killing the stream. Alright, do you know what? We're gonna cancel the light baking for now. Only because I think it's gonna cause some issues. But I feel like it already did do a bit of the baking. A little bit, but we won't fuck with that right now. Only because I think it's gonna cause stream issues. Like, you can see it's making my stream lag like hell. Like, it's really bad. How's the task manager looking? Yeah, Unity was breaking my GPU right there. So, then we're gonna have to wait to bake that. I'll probably bake that overnight. Alright, I'm just asking some stuff in the modder chat. Alright, looks really nice, thank you. I'm gonna get some screenshots for the chat. Let me save some of these. Dungeon 1. Save. Save as Dungeon 2. I think I'm pretty much ready to start showing this off, like, a little bit. Dungeon 3. Let me just grab all these guys, and then we're good to go. And maybe start working on the next room. Wait, fucking hell. Dungeon 4. Get like one or two more screenshots. I'll get one like here. Alright, I should be all those screenshots. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, so I'm just trying to work out some stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a full dungeon. It's not done baking. No, I'm probably not gonna bake the lighting right now. Alright, that works. Oh, you can delete parts of the ocean too. Oh, wait. Oh, do I have to rebuild the whole water again now because of this? I have to rebuild the water. Another dungeon room? Possibly, yeah. Thinking about it. I'm gonna have to redo the ocean, which shouldn't be too bad. Should be quite easy to do. God, without the ocean, this map just dies. Oh, did it just like replace all the settings back to how they were? Apart from the foam, which I can literally just go. Not quite how I wanted it. That's how it was. Floor. Oh shit! Look at that. That's crazy. Wait. There's an ocean script in the SDK? And how good is it? Hmm. So this script is like what? It doesn't work though. Yeah, but I kind of like this one that I've got. So can I add my own ocean? This kind of makes sense now. Interesting. What time is it right now? Like 1 o'clock? Yeah, 1 a.m. So I'm trying to think of what else I want to add to this. I don't really want to add much else. I think it's pretty much done. Like, I can't think of what else I'd want to add. I'm pretty okay with this. I think we're done with this room. What I'd need to do now is turn this whole room into a prefab. What I'd need to do is create an empty. Call this starting room pattern. And grab all this and put it all inside of here. Oh, do I have to do like prefab unpack completely first? There we go. Now, we'll go back into assets and find dungeons. Dungeons. And then I just do this. So if I open this up. But the ocean doesn't work. If I'm correct, if I was to delete this and drag it back in. Yeah, okay. Nice. Fuck yeah. Honestly, I could release this as a plain map as well. You know what I mean? Like, I could just have it like start here, the wave book here, and you fight enemies on either side of the bridge. Oh, this is lovely. You have to go? Alright, I'll see you, brother. Good having you here. We have things like, what lights do we have? Okay. Wait, do what? I forgot what I was going to say. Forgot what I even said I would do. I think I'm going to add like some, busted up pillars and stuff. To kind of add that atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like if I put like a pillar here and turned it a little bit. Plop that in the ground there. And I could even do like, that's a tiny ass pillar, but we're gonna make it big. And I could like, kind of have this like resting on the cliff face, if that makes sense. So I'd need to really kind of mess with it until it looked right. But in theory, that could look great. You know what I mean? Something like that. Oh, new Mandalorian episode tomorrow, yeah. That's gonna be good. Statues. What the hell kind of statues have we got? Oh, dude. Hell yeah. If you think for a second I ain't adding this, the ceiling of this room. Okay, let's turn this like this. One more. Okay, now it's like actually the right size, so we can kind of just line this up correctly now. Do something like this. That looks good. So when you come in, you got these things hanging down. Wait, do I have... I know for a fact I have a chandelier. Oh, dude. Wait, is this the base game chandelier? Like the Blade and Sorcery one? No. Not. Okay, so let's make the chandelier a lot smaller. Right. Put this right in the center. And then same goes here. When you come in the dungeon, you got like this kind of... Make all this static. Chandeliers inside of here. Metal. Oh, I've already done it. Okay. So we just... Like, I've already done these statues then? Like, did I set these up or has this not been set up in this SDK? Oh, it doesn't have collision. Right, so we need to add a mesh collider to this. It's got to change so much now. I'll consider making it a normal map, but I don't really know how I'd do that. I need to make this stone. That's done. Cool. That's now got that collider, so they should all have it. Oh, it's these out here as well. I need to add them to this. So this one. Yeah, capsule collider. Just change this to stone. That's going to change a lot of stuff again. It is looking good. I'm proud of it. Hmm. Alright, okay, this has the capsule collider. Oh, the collider's on this. Interesting. Okay, stone. This doesn't have a mesh collider on it. Why? Oh, there we go. I don't know. I don't even know how I would make it a playable map right now. One thing I'm interested in finding out is how do I... Yeah, see, I've got none of these set up correctly, so... Like, I've got the campfire stuff that has not even got a collider on it at all. Oh, this does. The barrel... Wood, barrel broken, already has wood on it. I don't remember what I've used and what I haven't, so I need to like really check up on things and make sure I'm getting all the right things. Like this should have stone. Cave tunnel. Oh, do these already have all the stone set up? Yes, dude. Great. It's already got stone set up on most things. Wood? Yep. Okay, so I've already used a lot of this. It's already preset on a lot of things, which is fantastic. So you can't go on. That's already set up mostly. This thing does not have stone set up on it. Bone pile does not have anything set up on it, so we'll set that to stone as well. Most things are going to be stone in this map, to be honest. Terrain collider. I feel like this has to be like... And. I think that's going to make the most sense. Because I don't really have any other options. Right, and let's unpack these and put them inside of here. And then head back to dungeons here, starting room. That's what I needed to do. Grab all these. Copy. Go into here. Paste. And come back out and delete them. There we go. Spice up the floor? In what way? I don't really know what it needs adding to this. I think this might be okay, honestly. I think I'm almost happy to just leave it this way. And bake this at some point. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna have to dip out and do the baking soon. I don't want to leave it too late. Look how goofy the bottom is, though. It's gonna be so bad, but it doesn't matter. Like, no one's gonna look at it. I don't care. If you jump into the water, you failed the dungeon already, and you're an idiot. I need to do something with the underwater. That's one thing I need to do. So how do I set up underwater? There was a way, Chris had a way of showing me how to do that and I forgot. Here we go. So, underwater, here we go. So setup. But in here, pick the ocean area for underwater. Enable. Full mode is set to off. Add the underwater renderer component to your camera game object. That should already have it. Okay. I mean, I don't see what we need to add now. Add a boss at the end of the dungeon? Probably not, since we don't have creature documentation yet. Now we need to make dungeon rooms. Hopefully we get full documentation on how dungeons work. This is the starting room. I might leave. I might bake this. I might not. Just to see what it looks like. What is it again that adds post-processing? The thing is volume, right? It's a global volume, I believe, and then you add post. Oh no, new volume here. Here we go. So I want to add bloom. I probably shouldn't do that. No. Because that'll fuck with the base game stuff. Tone mapping, that's what I want to add. Where's that directional light? Where is the directional light? Oh wait, if I just did just have it, for fuck's sake. Copy it, paste it, and then go back inside here and delete it from here. But it's not in there, it's in here. And then do I just, not the intensity. Okay, that looks good. Hmm. Oh, dude. I think this is good. So I just need to add some, like, audio now. Can add that later. What do we think? What's missing? Oh shit, that gets dark. Alright, is there anything else we can add to this before I stop? Maybe some, depth of field. What can I do with depth of field? Hmm. Why do I feel like the ocean's the wrong color now? I feel like that ocean color might be better. Although I don't know. Alright chat, I think I'm going to end the stream there. I'm going to go ahead and bake